Hello, welcome to Romero Threads on YouTube, where it's all about embroidery. In today's video, I am going to analyze and dissect one of the most classic hats of all time. So this is the New Era 5950 LA Dodger classic hat. I went to Lids and I bought two. So the New York, we got the Authentics. All right, so I'll put this one here for a part 2. But in today's episode, I'm going to cut these stitches because I want to see exactly what's under these stitches, all the underlays and all the minor details that we really don't see. We got underlays, we got bridges, we got running stitches. All right, so let's go ahead, let's open this up and dissect the LA Dodger hat. All right, so let's kind of zoom in and see what I'm about to do. So what I want to do is insert my seam ripper. And what I want to do is cut these sand stitches, okay, right here, and start dissecting these stitches. All right, so slowly, all right, I'm right here at my sand stitches, and I'm slowly, okay, going to cut. If it's pulling too hard, I want to kind of be careful because I don't want to be cutting any foam or any of the underlay that's down below. All right, so here, okay, I'm gonna clean this up a bit, but as I move the sand stitches, okay, I can see I have running stitches down below. All right. And here, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to flip it here. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I want to carefully just make sure I select my sand stitches. Okay, so here on the L, okay, on the L, I have opened up my stitches here. All I'm doing right now is opening up these stitches. Okay, so here on this A, this is really where I want to check this part out. Okay, because this is where they put a very long stitch. It looks like it's a it can be anywhere between like a 7 to 8 millimeter long stitch. All right, so here, all right, so looks like there wasn't a bridge here, and here I can see how they created their cap, all right, which we'll kind of get into a detail right now. Let me just finish cutting this up. So a lot of times, if there's a specific design that I like I'm at the store and I see something that I really like catches my eye, this is the type of stuff that I do. I'll buy it and I'll actually open it up and I'll see the details, because you can learn a lot when you open up a file like this. Okay, so of course I don't have the actual working file, so the closest I can do is open up the stitches and just see the little details. Okay, the little details that are underneath, and underneath, right, it's telling a full story of what's happening down below. Okay, and even though I can't see 100% everything that they really did, I can get a good view. Okay, I can see kind of their mentality. Okay, I can actually maybe even know where they started, where they had running stitches. Okay, so here, just gonna open this up. Here is usually an area of interest, okay, because this is an area that I've seen a lot of people that digitize it, they have issues at this area right here. All right, so we can see here, okay, we do have bridges here. All right, so let me go ahead, let me clean it. All right, so I'm just gonna use my stitch remover here. Okay, it's just gonna clean these sides right here. All right, just gonna give it like a quick little haircut right here. carefully. I don't want to cut the inside parts, the parts that I'm trying to analyze. Okay, so all my underlay, my caps. Okay, even though it's making a mess right now, I have the shop vac right here, right next to me, so the shop vac cleans all this up easily. Let me look here. Okay, I can tell my capping stitches, all right, a little different than traditionary, all right, than traditional. Okay, so I kind of get an idea of how they're doing it. All right, and it looks like down below, all right, they have extra stitches down below. So let's cut this open. All right, so here, right, I get an excellent view of how they do their capping. It's probably coming in probably like 4 or 5 millimeters in. All right, here our bridge, we do have a couple of stitches, not too much. Okay, let me see. Yeah, so it's a very light, thin bridge in between here. Okay, bam. We got running stitches. Then we have another. We do have bridging here, very light. Okay. All right. So it's like they double layered. Okay, they instead of doing just bridges, they double layered, so they have their main stitches that go on top, and then they have some bottom ones here that are connecting and being used as bridges. All right, so instead of running perpendicular on the bridge, they're running parallel. Okay, here, here. Okay, same thing here. We have some, I would say they're like pre-stitches, right? Okay, and then here are capping. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to put it on paper and kind of show you what I'm seeing right here. Okay, so on all our stitches, on our capping, they kind of put a sand stitch to hold that cap together. All right, see, we definitely have a bridge here. Okay, we have a bridge here, we have a bridge here. So where our serifs are at, okay, these blocked, the bottom block parts of our stitches, we definitely have bridges. So we have a nice clean bridge right here, and we have some stitches on top of our bridge. All right, so all right, see. All right, let me go ahead, let me clean this. All right, so I gave it another clean. Okay, let's see. So really what I want to do, I'm going to take a picture of this. I want to keep this. All right, I'll probably clean the edges a bit just to take off this, but I'm really going to save this piece right here and have this as a reference because I like the way they do their capping. So what I want to do, I want to cut this open. All right, I want to keep this as a reference, but I want to see the backside. Let's go ahead, let's open it up. Let's see what's behind the buckram. I want to take off the bill nice and clean. Okay, so I got my super sharp blade here. All right, and then sometimes we always get the question, can you embroider on the bill of a hat? Okay, which you definitely don't want to do it. This is like a plastic cover down here. All right, you're gonna jack up your machine, you're gonna jack up your needles. Okay, because there are some machines that do them, but I don't really see the purpose of doing it on the bill. All right, that's something that you want to do pre-production. If you want to create your own hats from scratch, then it's a whole lot easier to do something like that. All right, so we're gonna save this. All right, zoom out a bit, and we got it here. Okay, so I just want to get a clean cut right here. All right, so I just used my heavyweight scissors here. Okay, just cut down the seam. These are my all-purpose. These scissors here, they cut through anything. Okay. And as a reminder, all my tools, everything that I use here at the embroidery shop, I link it down on our Amazon recommendation store. Okay, so everything that we recommend, everything that I have at the shop, you can check it out down below. All right, so this feels like it's heat sealed together. All right, so it's kind of like a challenge to get it off. All right, so let me see. Bam, we got it here. And let's check this back side. Okay, so we really want to be careful right here. Okay, really it comes apart right here, so we could probably do. Just gonna pull all the stitches right now. All right, so we are on the back side of our stitches of our hat. Okay, so the buckram, okay, we usually don't see this back side because the buckram is covering it nice and clean. All right, so let me just look at it from right here. All right, I don't know if you can tell. All right, tension. All right, it doesn't look like it's perfect tension, but of course the top stitches were perfect, so as long as the top is good. Okay, it is a little loose, but it could be because I just pulled this off, right? Okay, let's get a good view. Okay, super close-up view. Really what I'm looking for is our capping. Okay, so that these edges, okay, the sides where you see these caps right here, that's what's called capping. Okay, we want to focus on our capping, kind of see how they do it. All right, we got our walking stitches. All right, they do use the traditional 3mm. Okay, does feel dense. Okay, it doesn't feel like that cheap Walmart type foam. Okay, so it does feel like dense foam. Okay, another thing I'm looking out for, okay, is our bridges. Okay, so we have bridges here. Bridge, we have a horizontal bridge here, okay, and a vertical bridge here, just so bridging prevents gapping. Okay, so our stitches won't gap. Okay, I was surprised not to see a bridge up here because this is where we had that long stitch coming from here, from left to right. Okay, so I was kind of surprised there, but it still worked. Okay, we got walking stitches coming around. All right, so I'm gonna clean it up a bit. I'm gonna take a picture of it and then I'll post it on our Facebook, the picture. And then here's the back side. This is the part we don't see on the 5950, okay, because they put that buckram. All right, so I am also going to have a part 2 where I'm going to dissect, of course, the world famous New York hat. Okay, so for this part 1, okay, if there's something you want to see in part 2 in the New York hat, let me know. Maybe I might make this a series where I just kind of dissect all the Major League Baseball hats. All right, these are the hats that really inspired me to get into embroidery. All All right, so make sure you subscribe so you could check out part 2 where we analyze and dissect the New York Yankee hat. All right, peace out.